Good morning, good morning, good morning. I gotta turn on another light. I must have blew one of them LED lights out last night or something. Morning, Junkyard. Well, sorry about being a little late. Um, I'm trying to make amends with a kitty cat. She is pissed. Yeah. Usually she comes and sleeps with me at night. She'll get up and then she'll come back and all that. Not once did she come see me last night. I get up this morning looking for her because I thought maybe she wasn't feeling good or whatever. And Cody spent the night and he's on the couch and she's laying on the arm of the couch. And I walked in the living room and she's just sitting there looking at me like, come on, boy. So she hasn't been by me or nothing since I give her that flea treatment. Oh, I'm sure they do have some stuff left. You tend to believe them? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I've seen a few places Israel don't know what they're doing. Iran's going to attack them, and, when they're done, Iran's going to overrun them. Well, you know, I don't think Iran can even muster up enough weapons to put up a viable fight for more than a month. Probably not. So, Josh, sleep good last night? I know I didn't. I basically kept one eye open after she didn't come into the bedroom. I figured I was going to get attacked in the middle of the night, but yeah, I didn't. I watched some of that. I don't understand this. Every time they catch a criminal or something, they got to have 50 people on a stage to do a press conference, and each one's got to pat each other on the back. Yeah, if you want to answer any questions, why won't you? Why would you have one? Because they want everybody to know how good they are. Well, basically, it was for Timmy. You know, because Timmy appointed that guy into a committee. Yeah, I'm actually surprised that he was taken alive. Oh, you know, AK-47s. Yeah. Um, that all praise him. Well, we took him alive, so now he can serve justice. Oh, okay. So we took him alive. So now we can spend like $40 million to prosecute him and keep him alive until they decide to kill him, if they have the death penalty. And I'm sure um, the federal government's going to prosecute on the death penalty because it was a federal crime to. It's a federal crime to shoot one of them cockroaches that is in political office. But the federal government can do it. So they charge him with a federal crime of murder on a political official. Uh, they can, and then it'll be all over. In like 30 or 40 years because he'll get his appeals and stuff. And some pansy of a um, well, then some pansy of a federal judge will, hear his case and stay the execution and all that other stuff. That'll keep happening. Well, Sheila was here last night. Um, STD don't usually show up till 6:55 or so. I haven't seen the Pope, and Steve said he wasn't coming back in the stream. So, does that answer your question, Inspector Nadgett? I see Oklahoma went and done it. Did you see that? Against the federal government's suggestion, they went and done it. They went and made it a law, and I think it should be a law in every state, but it isn't yet. You have to be able to read English in order to get a driver's license, and you have to take the driver's license test in English. It'll no longer be printed in any other language but English. And if you can't read English, and if you can't pass the test in English, you don't get a driver's license. I just seen that yesterday. Hello, James. Well, they're probably going to end up changing that too for any um, state office or whatever. But I've been saying that all along. I said that in one of the city council meetings when they wanted to get a Spanish translator there or a system to do 20,000. I let them learn English. I said, how are they going to even get to the city council meeting? If nobody tells them that there's a council meeting, how are they going to find out about a council meeting? They're not going to read about it because it's in English. I said, all your road signs and everything in America are English. How come we have to bend and conform to them? Make them conform to us. And somebody, um, the next meeting, this Mexican lady got up and she started talking, and it was translating. She was speaking Spanish, and it was they did get a translator for the next meeting, and Google Translator, but it was translating her Spanish to Spanish. But two of the words that I could read on that translation was Keith Miller. I stood up and said, "What did she say? If it'll translate from Spanish or English to Spanish, then why didn't it translate from Spanish to English so we could understand what she was saying?" I got pissed. You know, she understood. She understood what I was saying. So why did she need to speak in Spanish? She done that so she could hide what she really had to say. I don't know. Tell them what she called me. I don't know. I can't speak Spanish. I can barely speak English. Take that turbine off. That's right. The other day, I had the key to that flash food cooler at Myers, and I didn't realize it till like 7:55. So I call Myers. I look up the store number and I call, and it says what department. I said customer service. So next thing I know, hello, this is Nakayla. Can I talk to you? I said, is this the service desk in Adrian? This is my service. You know, I could barely understand her. I know she's talking from India. I said, are you in Adrian? No, but I can help you. Yeah. I said, no, you can't. She said, the service desk is closed right now. I said, it is now because you answered the damn phone. So Kathy ended up calling, and she got a hold of another one, and then they transferred her to the store, got a hold of the manager there, and then, you know, told them we had the key. So I took it back. I was going to take it back Friday and forgot all about it, and it was too late when I remembered. And so I took it back early Saturday morning and give it to them. And then the woman that accidentally put it in my bag, I told her that I brought it back, and I hope she didn't get in trouble. She says, I don't think so. She just had to cancel out a bunch of orders. I said, well, I'm sorry for that. No. Huh. Well, where's he at? No, I think today I'm probably going to go get the tags for the white car today. Oh, what's there be white? Huh. Oh, you. You're Big Steve? Huh. That'll teach you to lie to me. Huh. Anyways, I think I'll go get the tags for the car today. And then I'm going to run it over to. We have a car wash here. You can pay like $10 um, with your credit card, and it'll let you wash as many times as you want to wash your vehicle that day. And you can use the vacuums, and they have towels and everything. And that car wash probably ends up making $100 an hour or better, because it always has, you know, six, seven, eight cars in there every time you go there, and they get a bunch of them. Because I hate being lied to. Anyways, so I'm gonna take it. It has a self, you know, the automatic. You just run it through the automatic, then you drive around the back again, come through again. It's got like two automatics, I think. Then the rest of them are hand wash. But I'm gonna run it through the automatic two or three times, and then take it into the, you know, the regular hand wash and wash the living hell out of her and scrub her up, and then take her back through the automatic, make sure everything's rinsed off, cleaned, and everything. And then I'll take it out, vacuum it. I'll take the car liners. It's got that. Oh, the hell is it? The plastic liners that go in the floor pans and in the back and stuff. They're from not Certainty. I can't remember what they are. The car liners that you can buy. Um, it's got those in it, so I'll take them all out, power wash them. Yeah, that's right. It's a better deal than oil change. You're right. So I'll get that done. So we'll be able to drive that car too. I gotta put the hitch back on it and hook up my small trailer that I have because I got that loaded with lumber. And I pull that around where it's sitting at now. I want to move it, and then that way I can get the van parked where that's at. Like I said, I hate being lied to. So I'll get that done today. And boys for the trash company are going to be done early on this side tomorrow because everybody they had that spring cleanup yesterday or Saturday, so you take all your garbage that you got and have them take it away. Well, normally we got maybe 3 or 4 bags of garbage by now. We have one, and we'll have two by tonight. So they'll probably end up being done on this side by noon. Somebody on the other side, um, evidently they were smoking crack or something because they didn't get the trash, their cleanup stuff out last week, and they you got an ad coming up in 55 seconds. They decided they were going to set it out on for Saturday for this week. You know, well for the last cleanup, but they're on the wrong side of town. Some one of them or whoever it is, they took one of them conversion tops that go on a van. That's the entire roof line of a van. It gives it the camper edition or whatever. They took one of them, flipped it upside down, mounted some boards in it, and then mounted boards in the back and made it a boat. Oh, the car's already here. The guy that was working on it, he already brought it over. He brought it over a couple of weeks ago. I've been going out there and starting it and let it run for a few minutes every 2 or 3 days. Make sure that he said, well, they told me down there that the battery was dead and it wasn't no good. Well, he put the battery on his battery charger for a couple of hours and it's been holding the charge ever since. So I don't think I don't think they wanted to deal with it. Putting a new, use it. One probably to sell me a new battery. Hmm. Oh, the homemade boat? No, I'm not talking. I'm not bringing that homemade boat over here. No, dude. I make an extra 20. Yeah. No, I don't think so. I now have the garage clean enough to where you can open up both garage doors. You can go in one and come out the other. Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah. I'm thinking the thing didn't float. That's why they got rid of it. Yeah, just in time. There you go. Is she going to be able to keep the smoke in that area too? I had them open the garage doors yesterday because it smelled like a damn ashtray out there. Oh, he come over and mowed it yesterday. I couldn't believe that. He mowed it about 2 or 3 weeks ago, but really wasn't that high. Um, but I couldn't believe uh, that they haven't taken him to court yet for for the balance on that. Because I know damn well he's not going to pay. He didn't pay for the demolition unless he paid for the demolition and wants to build a new house there. I can't see him doing that either. But Morning, Dan. I get me a cup of coffee. Oh, shit. Shots, everybody, shots. 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 I forgot I shut the shot uh, alarm off. Anyways, I guess this week, the other day when I said we had to go someplace, we went to a lawyer. And I guess we're probably going to end up going back and seeing a lawyer if um, we don't get an answer from the guy we bought the house from. He told me that he was going to go to the bank and get it all figured out, and he would let me know Monday. Well, Monday was last week, so um, the house payment is due Wednesday, and we're gonna put the money back for the house payment, but I'm not giving it to him until we figure out what is the deal with it. So, according to the lawyer that we went to, we took all the paperwork, we took all the payments. Um, he says we overpaid by $24,000. The way I figured it out, and I'm no mortgage calculator or anything, but we figured out we paid over $11,000 too much. So, and we talked to the guy's bank, and they said, "Well, you still owe $16,000 on it." And I said, "Are you sure?" He said, "Yes." I said, "Oh, okay. What about all the extra payments we made on it?" He said, "What extra payments?" And then I told him. And I told him from what month they started and how many, till right now. And he said, "You paid the house off in March of 2024. So, um, like $11,000 worth. So we're trying to figure it out. He probably is not going to have any money to pay me back. And if I take him to court, I'm going to have to buy a lawyer, and that's going to be 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 grand just to get my $11,000 back. And the cost of the lawyer. So I made him a deal, and the lawyer basically we talked to said this is what you had to do because if the guy ain't got money, we can go to court. You're going to pay me, and you're going to be out my wages plus or my fee and plus that. So you might as well take the hit. So I made him a deal, and he hasn't gotten back with me. I told him I don't want my money back. If you give me a clear deed to the house, you can keep the extra money. I don't want it. I just want a clear deed to the house so we can go on. So, I don't know if he's been trying to. I don't know if he owes money on it still or what. But I don't know if he's been trying to get up the money to pay the house off. I would assume he'd have paid it off because I paid him off. And I know damn well he didn't buy this for what I paid him. So, well, and that's something we'll have to work out with a bank, I guess. You get your 20 from them? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no return calls. Yeah. So, well, I'll know Wednesday. I will know Wednesday because that's house payment day. So I will know Wednesday when he calls me and says, "Hey, you got my house payment?" I will know. If he doesn't call, I will know. So I don't have to bring my sisters there; they're already there. Our oldest sister, she retired last 2 weeks ago. She retired on the 22nd of May. That was her birthday. She retired. Then Kevin and Danny and I's oldest sister retired on the 22nd of May. And then she said, after she got all her paperwork and everything ready, she's getting her social security, I guess, started already. Now she's gonna go back to work 3 days a week at the factory where she was working. Why would you do that? Obviously her social security wasn't enough. So You got an ad coming up in 50 seconds. I know people that are on Social Security and I only get $795 or $925 a month. And I said, well, maybe you should have got a better job, while you was working instead of making minimum wage all your life. Yeah, right. you know, it's where you get up in the morning, walk out and get a cup of coffee, and then you walk back into the living room and recline into a recliner. That's retirement. Oh, yeah? Uh, by then that bigger trailer will be gone. Would you like me to, need me to float you the money? Yeah, you won't need it then. Yeah. Now, do you want that 28 foot to 32 foot long, or do you want that 28 foot to 32 feet tall? I mean, because we can stand it up on it. And you can put the garden tractors in there and just use it like a Pez machine. You know, you open it up and one shoots out. Huh. Yeah, your sisters can live in that. Hey, here's a John Deere for you. A snazzy unit. Um, there you go. Nice little John Deere for you. Be the pride of your fleet. Only wants $1,000 for it. I have got it. I found you one. Um, I found you trailer. $3,500, 8 foot by 36 foot, and it has a walk-on roof. Am I not the finder? I am the finder. Oh, hold on a minute. There you go. 3,500 bucks. It's 38 feet long, 8 feet wide, and you can walk on that road. Am I not the finder of all things? That is side door to road. That is a mobile petting zoo. And if nothing else, you can put the sisters in there. Yeah, you can put the sisters in. It actually is not. It's not bad on the inside. It's pretty clean. I'm surprised one of these rednecks hasn't picked it up and bought it to use it for a mobile. To use it for a smaller, whatever they want to call it, a mini home or a tiny home. I think it's pretty neat, actually. Yeah, you can rent it out as a duplex. Partition her off and have two apartments. You can put a small kitchen in the front, a small kitchen in the back. Or no, you can put a small bathroom in the front and a small bathroom in the back. And then a kitchen where the door is, and then a small bedroom, a one, like a twin size bed. So it'd be, a bedroom for one person. All you need. It's definitely neat. Might want to think about that, Kevin. You know, just saying. That's right. 500 bucks a month and in. Now you make 10 grand on it a month or a year, at least. Have them sign a have them sign a year's lease, each one, and you'll give them 2 months free, so you still get 10 grand at the end of the year. You know, they'll think they're getting a good deal. And if they don't pay rent, you just up and move. Hook onto her and go. Hell, I actually should buy the damn thing, bring it home, take the axles out from underneath her, cut the gooseneck off of her, and have me a great big old shed. And I'd have to, then I can stop paying storage. Yeah, 1,000. You're right. All right, everybody. Time for me to get out of here. Y'all have a great day. God bless. Take care. Prayers and peace, and I will see you Wednesday morning, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Have a blessed day, everybody. Take care.